Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ayo Mipose. Welcome to your regular program, Grow Your Career. This is a special edition for today, and we have our beautiful, our unique, perfect, which English should I use the word peculiar, and the most intelligent, full of beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Her Royal Majesty Tinuade Babalola Adejuyigbe. Yes, the Adele one of Iboropa Akoko in your Sunshine State, Ondo. Welcome to this very program.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much for having me.
Adipelori Ki Batakundese Kirokere Bello Kabiyesi. All right, Her Royal Majesty, thank you for honoring this great program and the privilege to have you as well.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, I want to believe people have been like willing or might have been asking you some questions about yourself and but we've been looking at you and been seeing you to be this social person. But before we go deeply into that, can we know you? Can we know about your background and all?
I'm just a young person who has to assume this role of being the traditional ruler, of being the custodian of the throne. So I am 23 years old. I am a graduate of public administration from the University of Iboropa Kingdom in those states. And I come from a family of 7, so my father is now, so that makes us 6. My mother and 5 of us. Second to the last one, I have 2 older brothers and 2 sisters. That's it. Basically, that's all basically about me.
So what did you study in school?
Public administration.
Public administration.
Yes.
When did you ascend the throne?
I did on February 23rd, 2015. I was like shortly after my father passed on.
Oh, that was when? When did he pass?
February 10th, 2015.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did you feel being when you were called to to be on the throne? How did you feel as a child then that because I'm trying to look at the way you feel, you've been playing with your peers and all, and now to mount, and to become a father and your husband of all. So how did you feel?
Well, of course, before my father passed on, I grew up in a very conservative home. Aside from the fact that I still have a princess, though the crown princess. So we grew up in a very loving. My siblings and I grew up in a loving environment, and my father tried his best to teach us the way of royalty, to teach us how to act, to be transparent, to be modest in all we do. So I think that kind of kept me going along the line. And of course, it was really difficult for me to adjust to this life because, like I said, I emerged the regent shortly after my father died, like a week or 2 after. So it was quite difficult for me to, deal with the loss of a father, someone that I regard so much, a role model, my own personal superhero. Dealing with that loss was kind of difficult, and having to step, into his shoes was on another level entirely. But well, I've been trying my best, giving it my all, and I think that is exactly what has been helping me so far, and the morals I have, instilled in me.
Wow, that was a beautiful word. So what are the challenges you've faced so far, even that you're still facing now, that or you've encountered since you've mounted trend?
Okay. Firstly, we know how it is having women in leadership positions. We know that society does not entirely accept having female rulers and female assuming positions of authority. So I think that's one of my biggest challenge. And having people look down on you thinking, oh, she's just a small girl, I'm sure she's just like every other woman out there, doing, having having wings with our body and all that. So people see us, not just myself, women in authority and any form of leadership as sex objects. So I think that happens to me as well. So most of the time, before people would actually want to know what I represent and what it is that I do, they would firstly see me in that light of being a woman, And I think that is my biggest challenge, apart from the fact that the government doesn't remunerate us. So not just myself, we have other people, leaders.
Does it have to do with gender?
Maybe, but I can't say. I think it's just about the institution, the Regency institution itself. So we don't get remunerated enough. We give so much, we give our time, we give our energy. Being a young woman, I have to place, my most celebrating in these positions. I have to place some parts of my life on hold now, just to make sure that I stay committed to my cause. Lead the people, direct them, and offer my best to them. So I had to sacrifice a lot to be here, and I don't get appreciated enough. So that's it.
Wow.
Yes.
I'll still come back to that on that of remuneration and all. But let's talk about you studied public admin.
Yes.
One of the prestigious university, especially
Oh.
University of my state or those states. Let's talk about when you were in school.
Okay.
How, for a kingdom, Royal Majesty, to be coming to school and among all and students. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
so how were you feeling? How did you feel then back in school then?
Well, I felt well because most times I think I got admission. Yes, I got admission shortly before my father passed on. So it was kind of difficult for me to adjust, like I said, to that role. And later on, when I did, I had to go to school, and that really helped. Truthfully, I was really sincere. That really helped because going to school was like my own safe haven where I could be normal, where I could, ask like my age and be around people who would actually care to listen to what I have to say, not just because I am a ruler, but because I am a young person. So I think I really enjoyed my school life. Of course, it was. I think my classmates and my colleagues were kind of at first they were being indifferent because they were like, okay, could be just one of those students from performing arts or something. That's why she's always dressed this way, blah blah blah. But later on,
they never knew. They were not aware you were.
Yes. But when it got closer, they became quite inquisitive and they asked questions, and that's it. So it got going. So I think I would say that best part of my life was the one I spent in school, because I really enjoyed that. Like I said, it was a safe haven for me, and I totally enjoyed it.
Now the lecturers. How was your relationship with the lecturer in school then?
Oh wow. Well, my lecturers, I don't know if they would be seeing this, but they are the most amazing, so supportive, and of course you say that they gave me the respect and the attention. They were so nice, and of course. One thing about me is I know not to go beyond my bounds. I know that time when I would let me just take a step back and allow you to do your thing too. And they really respected me for that because I tried as much as I can to attend classes, to write my test on time. So I had no reason to have any issue with any of them because I was always in class. That's one thing they can say about me up to now. I'm always punctual, doing my thing, acting like a normal student. So I don't want to to feel like I have an edge or something because of my position. I decided to just, do what I went there to do, and that was studying. So I really enjoyed it.
That's actually a message to the youth out there with what you just said now. You were not considering that you were actually on the throne. Despite that, you were still, doing your norms in school,
yes.
Studied. Even your assignment, and like you said,
yes,
you were still attending to the assignment you were given then.
True.
So that's actually a message to the youth out there. It doesn't matter who you are, the son or daughter of who you are.
Okay.
The best thing for you to do is to do the needful for you to get up there. Now let's talk about the program itself, the purpose of today's and the very program. The program will grow your career. It's actually about youth and the youth-hearted. I want to believe you've been watching our programs, and now let's look at you as a public administrator.
Okay.
What are you looking at? Are you looking at yourself to be an entrepreneur in the future, or as you are now, are you practicing entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I am an agro entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah, so being at the grassroots has taught me a lot about farming and being closer to the people at the grassroots. So I think I can say that I'm an agro entrepreneur. Apart from that, the course itself, public administration, is about managing people and materials to achieve organizational goals and objectives, and that is what I've been doing. Being able to put the course I studied into great use, leading the community, directing them, and I think that's the basic of. Apart from being an administrator, like I said, I am a person that loves to learn. I try as much as I can to learn from people, to learn from situations around me, just to make sure that I get better, to be a better person. So that's it generally, and I don't think that we hold. Like I said, I can't even say that I get remunerated enough. So I'll just say that I don't. So and there's no way I can survive in this world, in this hostile world, without doing something for myself, without having to make money. So I have a shop with HRMs on IG. We sell traditional attire, traditional wears, beads like the ones I'm wearing now, so you can get them from us. So that's what I do. And apart from that, like I said,
So what do you call the handle again?
Shop with HRM.
Shop with HRM.
Yes.
Shop with HRM. That's
Yes.
it. Instagram handle,
Yes,
right?
like I said, there's no way you can survive without having something substantial to take care of yourself. And being in this position, people expect me to give without expecting anything in return. So I try as much as I can to give out of the little I have, and there's no way I can fulfill my role without making sure that I'm okay as well financially. Because people would always come to the palace, I need the apple, I need the bar, I need that. Also, I need to be there to make sure that my people are okay. So that's it. I have a lot of people depending on me.
Now let's talk about the remuneration now. I'm trying to imagine, and because from what I've been seeing on the social media, I noticed you've been giving out, you've been, giving out. I always see that.
Okay.
Yeah. For you to know that I've been watching you.
Okay.
So how do you make that, and how do you get compensated for that, and you still giving out to people?
Like I said, I don't think it is when you have more than enough to give. So I think the little you have, you can give people out of it, and at the end of it, you realize that you even get more. So it's not because I have someone sponsoring all the things I do. It's because I've been favored, because I try as I can to help people around me, and I think I'm getting the help in return, even from strangers, people who actually care. They reach out to me and they offer their help. So I think that's how I've been going.
So that means it's not all about you having enough, or you getting something from somewhere before you give out to the people and make the youth. Because I see that you've been blessing the youth, you've been giving out to the youth. Definitely have to the youth to pray for you. Now let's talk about we're still on the remuneration aspect of it. I think I'm somehow I'm having interest in that.
Okay.
Our government now, let's define it now. Is it because you are a regent, or because you are not, or because you are a female?
Okay.
Is that the reason for such? From what you have seen so far, or from what you have studied so far, in this place called Nigeria of us. Okay. So, what can you say about that?
Firstly, we have female regents, and of course we have male ones as well. But in most parts of those states where regency is being practiced, we have female regents. And so I wouldn't say it's because I am a woman, because I'm a female. I don't think that is why the evolution is so poor. I think it's because of the fact that they feel like the position should not be made, rich and rosy, so that regents don't want to stay there for longer. For me now, I was able to serve my people for over 6 years. So, And I'm sure that nobody intended for that to, take that long, because when I was appointed, they said it would only take a few months, and well, years lapsed into a month lapsed into 2 years, and I'm still hoping that someday soon God will intervene and make things right for our dear state. But I just think that, like I said, I give so much out. People expect so much from you. You're like a role model. Apart from that, people demand. So the position is so demanding. The way you dress, the way you talk. You don't dress nicely, they'll say,
that is my reason for asking
if
this
you don't
question.
dress nicely, they will say, what's wrong with that? And she's making so much money, giving the position. The government are paying her, executive card, all of that, but it's not like that. So, like I said, I guess rated really poorly, but what has been keeping going has been God, sincerely. God. So.
Wow. People can see it out there. I wouldn't want to, talk about reality now. And again, I wouldn't want to talk to the government. So that would be a kind of, I wouldn't want it to be a kind of, creating something. But I believe one or two people, those that normally think or they have the thought that the king, the queen, the HRM, the HRH used to have a kind of, compensation or remuneration, then they can hear it from horse's mouth now. Some people out there. All right, but what about the community? I'm sorry, I'm still talking about this. What about the community? Communities, is there anything they normally do, like a kind of to support this?
Yeah, of course, the community is trying their best, but my community is a small one, we're about over 10,000. So we have people there that would, offer help sometimes, but I can't keep all of my burden on the community.
Definitely.
Yes, because we have other goals that we're also working on, and being the person who I'm the flag bearer and I'm the one who holds the maize, and I think that I should be the one to contribute to the community, not the other way around. Of course, I would say that my community is trying, but only a Bola group are not really carry. So even though they are trying, but they are still not doing enough. So that is why I really want to stay there and wait for them to handle the whole thing.
To the youths out there, some of our youth of now, they don't have the mind of theirs to, start from the roots. Everybody wants to get there on time. They want to make it.
Yes.
And then everybody wants to count dollars,
Sure.
wants to count pounds. So what can you say to this?
Well, firstly, there's karma, regardless of what we do. There's this thing called karma. What goes around will surely come back around. So I think what actually pays off is God. When you know what you believe in, when you know who you are, you know your inheritance in God, I think that would actually help, because only Bukondua can you hear me? Exactly. So I think that regardless of what it is that your situation is right now, just believe in God. You don't have to take the easier road. Just do it the right way, what God wants, and at the end of the day, you get the right result at the right time. So that's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is another fabulous one. But for that, you have this, I noticed you have this icon spirit, like a man, like a giant. Where did you derive this strength from?
Well, I think it's...
Is it because of the throne, or?
No, I think it's because of the reports that I'm getting, the feedback, when you give out to the community, society, and you see that people are positive about it. So, having people around me who admire me, who encourage me to do better, keeps me going. So I think that is what has been helping me over the years. Not because of, I don't have anything, I'm not rich, I'm not financially buoyant or anything, I don't have mansions, I don't have riches. So, but knowing that I have people around me, so when I know that people are there to support me, to hold on to me, that keeps me going. So that gives me pure and true joy.
I love that. I like the aspect or the as you're bringing in those who wait the program. You're explaining it. I'm loving that. Now let's talk about your hobby now.
Okay.
Let's break it down and let's relate to ourselves. What is your hobby?
I'm a really boring person. Apart from what you see on social media, I'm a a very boring person. So whenever I am free, I love to read. I love to read, and well, just to bring down the boring part of me. I love to travel as well. So traveling gives me the experience. I'll meet people that would make me a better person and all of that. So traveling and reading, God, those two are my hobbies.
You're traveling, so that means you like traveling, you like
And the reason why I travel is to meet people. So it doesn't really matter about the place; it's about the people that I would meet at these places. So
I think the second question I wanted to ask.
Okay.
It has to do with that, but maybe it's different though. So how do you socialize? How do you relate?
Wow.
How do you wine?
Okay.
How do you dine?
Well, I rarely go out. Apart from social gatherings and functions, I rarely go out. So, because whenever I get that breathing space, I prefer to, let me just call it breathing space. I choose to spend it alone with my family, in the comfort of my home, being alone. Sometimes I would ask people around to tell anybody who asks after me that I'm not around. So I prefer, I'm not a social person. Of course, I have a few friends in my social circle, so I'm not, I rarely socialize apart from, when I go out, meet people, attend social gatherings and all of that, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been in talk with the HRM, the Regent of Adele One of Iboropa Akoko in the very sunshine state, Ondo. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fabulous, it's been fantastic having this very time with her. But we wouldn't want to take, I believe many people want to hear, many people want to I wish I could have a talking drum. And could,
of course.
I
like that.
You like that?
Yeah,
Well, okay, let's do it then. Let's do it then. Which song can I sing? What's your best song? Who's your best artist?
Oh, wow. I don't think you should go there. I'm a boring person, so my music is boring. But I enjoy good music.
Okay, so what kind of music? What genre of music do you like?
I like anything impactful, hip hop, depends on my mood. So I love good music.
Like
great
foreign,
music. Foreign, local, anything works with me as long as it has a message.
So sing. Which one is your best song that you want to sing for us?
Do I? The song I love right now. I can't sing. It's from Salawa Abeni.
But you know the funniest thing?
Okay.
The way you talk, I sing. But from the way you talk and from what I've said so far, you have this good voice when you're going to sing it. I don't know if you have been practicing that. I study people when it comes to talent as well.
Okay.
But from the way you're talking and kind of your communication, I could say if you work on that, you will be a good singer.
Wow, okay.
So,
maybe I have a different field now. I'll have to go into music. So, music industry, get ready, we are coming.
Let's talk about, okay, we're talking about Salawa Abeni.
Yeah.
Okay, which of the songs is that?
I love our songs, but I wouldn't want to embarrass myself.
Which of them? Just sing.
No, I'm not singing.
Okay, I'm going to freestyle now. Can you freestyle? Just be a freestyle.
Okay, let's just go with the popular one that everybody knows, like K1.
Okay.
I don't marry So that's like what has been working for me. So I love that music. That particular song I love because it's been God's grace, God's mercy all the way. So that's it.
Wow, it's a fantastic one. It's been a very great one. People have been asking questions there, and I'd like us to respond to that.
Okay.
Though I've received a lot of questions what I said, what we normally do. Normally this program is always live. We always go live, but today we said, okay, because of we don't know your itineraries and we don't know your time. Okay, don't let us go live today. But the questions, we throw some questions out. I mean, give some people the privilege and get some people to ask questions. Like one year, there was they see this one very well. Okay, okay. What do you have? What can you? What advice would you like to give the ladies or the women out there?
Oh wow. Well, firstly, this may take time. I hope you'll be able to give me time to actually express myself.
Okay.
This position did not get me on merits because they think like that. Okay, because she'll be able to do it. Got in this position because God chose me. I don't know why God chose me. I don't know how I qualified for it, but God chose me to assume the program, to lead the people. I have an elder sister. She's quite older than I am. She's like 8 years older, so you can tell that she would have much experience. But it didn't go to her. I have cousins because in my place doesn't have to be the immediate children of the past king, so could be cousins or other relatives. But I was elected. I was chosen to be here by God, and the journey has been full of several ups and downs. It's not been juicy or rosy or anything, but I've been able to make lemonade out of the lemon that has been thrown on me, and I believe that's what is most important. We need to have the right mindset. So you don't have to wait until you get it before you start influencing lives positively as a woman, because most people around me that I truly admire most are women. So I learn from every woman, because from mothers, from people that work really hard, because as women we are kind-hearted, we are soft-hearted, we try as we can to help people around us. So I think that's even part of the reasons why they chose women to assume this position, because they know that women are always going to make the best decision out of every situation. So I think that I would advise women, regardless of their age, to stay true to who they are. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Know who you are, embrace who you are, work on yourself, and you definitely get there. Because like I said, I learned on the job. So it wasn't like I got any prior training before I got to the position. So that I had to learn. I made mistakes, yes, like several of them. I made lots of mistakes, but here we are today. And that's it. Just go for it. And at the same time, I am not a perfectionist, but I don't like making mistakes. So each time I make mistakes, I try as much as I can to make sure that I learn from them and move on. So
that was a very deep one. Now, that was for women.
Yes.
Now, let's go down to the youth now, to the fainting youths, the ones that are, striving and trying to get there, but maybe due to one challenge or the other, they feel it's not rosy. I don't think I can continue with this. Like I said, you have this, I can. So what would be your advice to the youths?
Yeah, well, I'm still pushing, I'm still running, I'm still dreaming, I'm still aiming high. So regardless, and I've not even gotten anything yet, so I want me to sit back. So don't even settle. So don't even settle. I'm just saying this right now, that don't let whatever it is around your surroundings, your environment, don't let it define who you are. You are a star, you are a leader. So just stay true to who you are, be hardworking, be diligent in all of your ways, and you get it. Like I said, I am still hoping to get some things for myself. I'm still hoping, to reach some certain level where I'll even be able to help people more. So definitely just keep going at it. Never surrender. That's it, and God willing, you get there.
That's a fantastic one. A great advice. Now to the people, the general, the government, what will be your advice?
Well, for the government, I think that because of the experience that I have, I would say that for those that would come after me for female regents that would still be appointed later on, please, the government needs to work on their remuneration, and as well, there should be something substantial that would be given to them at the end of their reign, so that we don't be like you sacrificed a lot of your time lots of your resources, placing some parts of your lives on hold, leaving your family just to serve the community, and again, really you have nothing to show for it. Because I wouldn't want to, but that's just a fact. People after Regency have not been doing so well. Let's be very sincere with ourselves, because it takes lots of hard work for you to be that person. You're like this model image of what they want God to be on earth. So definitely they will expect that perfection, and having to please people is difficult, and you sacrifice so much, and at the end of the day you have nothing to show for it. So I think the government needs to work on that, because this is something that is giving us heartache. So I think the government needs to work on that to help us to do more. Because when it motivates us to be able to give even more than what we've given already, so that's it. And of course, apart from the aspect of emergencies, we should not forget people at the grassroots. The government should reach out more to them, to make decisions that would help, that would favor even people at the local areas. So that's it. But we should not just focus on the urban areas. Let's focus on rural areas, develop them, provide them potable water, good electricity, things like that. And apart from that, for the teeming masses, for everybody, my advice is that, like I have said, I think we need to help people around us. Like the saying goes, we rise by lifting others. So give more to society, and we will get more, even much more back in return. So that's it.
Yeah, Royal Majesty. During the course of the interview of what we said so far, you said nothing is coming from the government, and from what you were given or you are being, compensated with, it comes with did you mention the price the other time? It says 60,000 something, which I want to believe cannot even buy an outfit. Now, what we've seen so far, what we used to think out there before we heard this. What we used to hear was that the state would bring theirs, the local government or the council would bring theirs, the federal government would send theirs. But unfortunately, from what we've heard so far now, from what you said, that there's nothing of such. And we know that people people will be coming to you for school fees. They'll be coming to you, sonje, like there's some food,
yes,
and they want to go. But even from what we've learned so far, we've heard so far, people don't even appreciate their king or the very one on the throne. They like, or maybe it's a common thing or a mentality that people don't give out. They like taking.
Yes.
Fine, but let me go. Even the Bible says that when you give, you receive. It's even a common thing that when you give out, when you give, you stretch out. But our people don't do that. They don't appreciate. They don't give to their king or queen or the royal majesty. Let me say, I wish I could speak Yoruba. Okay, let me speak it down. Even to our people, how are we appreciating or compensating our leaders, the king, the queen, our people in charge or on the throne? How are we compensating? How are we celebrating? How are we appreciating them for them to know that they are important? And it's not all about collect. There should be a kind of equation whereby it balances, you give and you take. Thank you so much. I would want to believe our people are actually hearing this and it's going somewhere for them to understand, digest, and act on. Now, do you have anything to say to this, Royal Majesty?
I'm so happy that you brought this up. Just as you said, there's still so much ill that needs to be corrected in our society, and I think that the government needs to work on this to encourage us more, because we have kings and rulers in rural areas that cannot even afford basic standard of living, and I think that we should work on this, encourage them, because and if anything happens, even the government should go to the leader first and say, okay, what is happening in your community? So they should be able to take care of them, so that at least at the end of the day they will know that yes, I am doing this and I receive help from people and I am well appreciated for the things I'm offering to society. So I think that's it. So you're absolutely correct.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate this. So we've heard that people and the government, the people outside, the people here, we've heard this, and I want to believe there will be a change very, very, very soon. The change we preach, I will appreciate, we actually practice the change we preach. God bless you.
Generally in Nigeria, youths not taking the roles of leaders now, because I think we don't have to wait until we are older or we have much more experience to contribute to society and to even make ourselves better. So I think that this program, Grow Your Career by IOB is a really good one to encourage youths, of our generation to be good, to give their best, to have this I can spirit, to give their all, to be diligent in all they do. And of course, I am someone who encourage hard work, and I am not someone who would ever encourage people to get their riches through ill doings. So I am definitely going to tell people out there, youths, to keep on pushing, keep doing your best, regardless of whatever your situation or your circumstance might be. Encourage others around you. Just do your best. If you're in academics, do it. If you're in agro, do it. In any field that you may find yourself, just give your all. Never take the shortcuts. Give it your all, and definitely you'll get there. So I would encourage you all to keep watching this show, to keep listening to it, because it's going to build us. And I think at this time, this is a program that we all need to embrace, to encourage other youth to listen and to watch out for this program all the time. So thank you so much for having me on this program. God bless you.
I hope I'm dancing the royal dance. I'm doing it very well. Alright. Thank you so much, Your Royal Majesty. I appreciate it. Only key back up where let's say key and the pellery. You get pellery. Thank you
so much. I'm very grateful. I'm honored. I feel blessed.
A proverb we used to hear since we were younger till now. They would say, "Oh, when you catch a no sugar or no funny creature." I think I got that right. We actually appreciate this, and it's been a fantastic time with you. I'm not disappointed. I'm not, what I used to see on social media is the very one I'm meeting today. And I want to say we appreciate you. We appreciate you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to believe someone is sitting out there. Like, don't stop. We have some questions. Don't worry, we're still coming back with a very big one, a very big time. So it's been fantastic, it's been fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us, and we really appreciate Her Royal Majesty for this great privilege. And it's going to be a very great one when we come back to Iboropa to have a kind of celebration or do maybe or do injection.
You're coming to the home of hospitality.
Yes.
So definitely you're going to have a good time. Have a good time.
We will have a very great time, and I want to believe it's supposed for us to spend 2 days, 3 days, 4 days,
that would be great. That would be great.
Thank you so much for joining us on this very program. Once again, my name is Ayo Posse, the usual man of the very program. Till next time, join us, same time, same channel, on same program. Grow your career. Thank you so much, everyone. Cheers.
Whenever you see a successful person, you only see the public glories, never the private sacrifices to reach them. Join us next week while we bring to you another interesting topic to discuss. I remain Ayo Mikbosi.